want to describe a moment I see frequently. Someone's upset, activated, tearful, angry, panicky, or shut down. And then very quickly, a second layer arrives. Not just, this is a lot, but what's wrong with me for feeling this way? I should be better at this. I'm too much. I'm pathetic. I'm making a fool of myself. That second layer can make the original emotion much harder to regulate. So if you've been trying to get better at emotion regulation, but you still feel overwhelmed, ashamed, or stuck afterwards, I want to offer a different map, because the missing piece is often not just regulation, it's shame prevention. This video's core claim is simple. Many emotion regulation problems persist because feeling quickly becomes a verdict on the self, and lasting change often requires three things working together: body awareness, emotional processing, and healthy self-worth under pressure. I'm Dr. Tony Weston. I'm a psychotherapist, executive coach, clinical supervisor, and award-winning therapy researcher. Over many years of working with clients, I've become less interested in surface labels alone and more interested in what the person's system is trying to do underneath the surface. Because often the question is not only what category does this belong to, it is what capacity would make this easier to live with. So let's go back to that moment of activation. One reason emotion regulation can feel so hard is that the system is often dealing with two problems, not just one. First, the emotion itself. Then, very quickly, what the emotion seems to mean about you. And that second layer is often shame. Not always the dramatic word shame, sometimes the everyday versions. I'm too much. I'm weak. I'm ridiculous. I'm making this worse. I should be able to cope. I look stupid. I'm not being taken seriously. There's something wrong with me. So the loop often looks like this. A body signal rises. Tight chest, heat in the face, throat closing, stomach dropping, eyes filling, shoulders bracing. Then the system adds meaning. This is too much. This is dangerous. I'm losing control. Then shame lands. I'm pathetic. I'm too sensitive. I should be over this. There's something wrong with me. Then the override kicks in. Suppress, shut down, lash out, apologise, perform calm, over-explain, leave, numb out. Short-term relief, but long-term cost, because our system learns that emotion itself is unsafe and that shame is part of the price of feeling. This is why a lot of what gets called poor emotion regulation is actually emotion plus shame. And until shame prevention is built, the system keeps treating feeling as personal failure. So what helps? First, body awareness. Notice activation early, before it becomes a full spiral. Noticing my chest is tight, my face is hot, my throat is closing, my stomach dropped. My shoulders are braced, not as drama, not as diagnosis, just as data. Second, emotional processing. The goal is not to get rid of the feeling. The goal is to let the feeling move through without drowning in it, suppressing it, or converting it into panic. That might mean naming sadness, anger, hurt, fear, embarrassment, or feeling too much. Third, healthy self-worth. Because if every strong emotion becomes a verdict on who you are, regulation alone will not be enough. You need the ability to say, this feeling is real and it is not a verdict on me. That sentence matters because it separates the emotion from the identity attack. You can be upset without being defective. You can be angry without being bad. You can be tearful without being weak. You can be activated without being broken. I've recorded a paired follow-along practice for this. This video explains the pattern. The other video gives you a short, shame-safe reset you can practice when emotion starts becoming self-attack. You'll find it linked below and at the end of this video. Let's do a brief version now. Only do this if it feels safe enough. If it increases distress, stop, look around the room, feel your feet on the floor and come back later. Or maybe practice with appropriate support, like a therapist, a coach, or a trusted support person. Now, quietly rate your activation from 0 to 10, where 0 is completely relaxed, 10 is highly activated. Now, bring to mind a small 10% moment where you felt emotionally activated. Not the biggest one, just 10%. Feel your feet on the floor. Let your jaw soften by 5%. Let your shoulders soften by 5%. Now, notice one sensation in your chest, one in your belly, one in your throat. No fixing, no story, just noticing. Now, say to yourself, like an instruction, this feeling is real and it is not a verdict on me. Take one slow out breath. If there's a feeling underneath the tension, just name it softly. Sadness, anger, fear, hurt, embarrassment, feeling too much. You don't have to solve it right now, just let it be named. Now, rate your activation again from 0 to 10. What changed? Even slightly. Even no change is useful data. For the next 7 days, keep this simple. Practice this reset once a day, or use the paired follow-along practice linked below. The point is not perfection. The point is repetition. Because every repetition teaches our system, I can feel this without turning it into a verdict on me. So if emotion regulation has felt harder than maybe it should, the missing piece may not be more suppression, more control, or more effort. It may be shame prevention. You are not broken. You are adapting, and this is something you can practice.